Right, 31 January 2024, and I apologize for coming to you in the dark. I have got load shedding, and unfortunately, I'm unable to get my lights to work. I think the load shedding has also been burning up all my lights, so I have to make a plan today. So, this is the reality of what is happening here in South Africa. Load shedding has picked up dramatically over the past few weeks. So there were weeks when we didn't have load shedding, but now it has picked up dramatically. So today I'm going to have a very quick discussion, and this is on Nelson Chamisa as usual. We are following up on what is happening with Chamisa. Chamisa has totally disappeared from the face of the earth. No one has seen Chamisa. The people in his party have not seen Nelson Chamisa. People like Mkwananzi, they've not seen Nelson Chamisa. And if you look at his Twitter, Chamisa has still not tweeted about the release of Job Sikhala. So this is very odd, because you know that Chamisa always tweets about this kind of things. He's aware and is following up on everything that is happening. I want to take you through to an analysis that I've done and further conclusions that I've taken on what could be happening to Nelson Chamisa. And what has happened is that yesterday, Promise Mkwananzi and the group that he was with, they've made a resolution to engage Chamisa. So to find and engage with Chamisa and to find him. First of all, they have to find him. That is the resolution that they made. And Timba is going to be leading that effort. And suddenly, my lights came. I think someone from ESCOM is watching. So they felt sorry for me, because I don't know how power can be gone for such a short space of time. Anyway, so let's now look at what has happened. And I want to take you guys to a picture. I talked about this picture yesterday. This picture was taken on the 20th. And this is Fungisai on the left, Chamisa at the center, and I don't know the lady on the right. But if you look at Chamisa, I get even more worried, because this is the day before Chamisa tweeted about cholera. And after this, the next tweet that Chamisa gave was a tweet stepping down. So this is probably one of the last pictures that Nelson Chamisa took. And I want to again take you to look at Chamisa's face and body language. I don't know when this picture was taken, but looking at this picture of Nelson Chamisa, I'm very, very concerned about the look that Chamisa has got. This is your normal Chamisa, and this is the Chamisa that you are seeing here. Very, very withdrawn, and I'm very, very worried about Chamisa. But let's go to Ostallos. I always want to link things. So when I see one thing, I want to link it to another thing. So let's go to Ostallos. What has Ostallos been doing during this time? So if you go to Ostallos' Twitter, and before I go there, I'm very sorry about this. I've been forgetting to do this. So the mayor of Redcliff has passed away. So this is the mayor of Redcliff. I think this guy is CCC. Guys, you can correct me. This is Mayor Councillor Masiacha. He passed away 2 days ago, and this was a condolence message from the Bedbridge municipality. I think this guy was CC. So he passed away 2 days ago. That is the mayor of Redcliff. Redcliff is near Kwekwe. So this is the guy who know this guy. He's passed away. He is no more. So let's go to what I was talking about, Ostallos. So Ostallos' tweets have shown me something. So if you go on Ostallos, right? So this is Wiwa. Wiwa has tweeted. That is Job Sikhala. For nearly 2 years, I suffered in my oppressor's prison. You prayed for me to be released from jaws of my tormentors. You made loud clamors for my release, as you know that I'm innocent. You stood with my family. I'm crying as I am. Right, so I don't know the last portion, what it means. But you see that Gift Ostallos Ziva has retweeted this tweet from today. Then if you look at this tweet on January 28, Ostallos says, at the end of it all, people will know who is who. I don't know how to read the the very portion, but let me try. That's what he's saying there. That which has got horns cannot be hidden. So those are the two tweets that you have from Ostallos, the one that he retweeted and the one that was tweeted by. So the first one was the 25th when Chamisa resigned. That is when Ostallos tweeted. So between the 25th and yesterday, Ostallos is available. He's able to tweet. But Ostallos, in my view, does not have any contact with Chamisa. This is what I've concluded. After looking at what Ostallos is tweeting here, Ostallos does not have contact with Chamisa. He does not know what is happening with Chamisa. He does not know the direction that Chamisa wants to take. So that is my conclusion. He is also just like the rest of us. And he's waiting for direction. Similar to Mkwananzi. So Mkwananzi and Ostallos are not in touch. And guys, I need to apologize. I'm running out of power. So let's see if I can do something different here so that I don't run out of power. Remember, I've been having load shedding for a while. So let's see if I can put something that will hold this space while I'm looking for a charger. That's crazy. I've never had this situation before in my whole life. This is the first time. So let me do this. SADC, I give you SADC. You can be watching the SADC, guys, as I look for my charger. Okay, so that's not gonna work. So we just have to do with my screen. I have to quickly finish these pictures before everything goes away. So that was Fungisai with Chamisa. That is the last picture that we have of Chamisa. A very concerning picture during a funeral. Chamisa is there. Ostallos is not in touch with Chamisa. From his tweets, I can see that he's got no direction. He doesn't know what is going on. And I also went to look at Ngarivume. Ngarivume has not tweeted since he came out of jail. He's been gone and quiet. And I can't resist showing this picture. Fungisai, Munosungwa, she's saying she's going to arrest all of us. Quite good, eh? But anyway, let's go back to the real things. This is Chamisa. So, as I was saying to you, the tweets that Chamisa has put out have got a specific pattern. And the pattern that the tweets of Chamisa has got is that they've got a capital letter title. Each of Chamisa's tweets starts with a capital title. So he titles his tweets. And the latest tweets that Chamisa has put out, the last one that he put out yesterday, does not have a capital letter. The last time that Chamisa tweeted without a capital letter was when Bushiri said he was going to die in 3 months. And what I've realized from that is that when Chamisa is emotionally invested in a subject, he does not tweet with a capital letter. Or the person that is tweeting will not be Chamisa. He's very, very specific about how he tweets. So on Saturdays, Chamisa tweets about the Sabbath. And then during the week, Chamisa tweets with a capital letter title at the beginning of his message. But there are only 2 tweets in the whole period which do not have capital letters. That's the one yesterday and the one which we tweeted on the 15th of January. So my understanding and my analysis and the view that I have is that Chamisa is not in contact with any of the guys that are currently speaking. Ostallos is quiet, but he's tweeting. However, he's not in touch with Chamisa. Mkwananzi is not in touch with Chamisa. Timba is not in touch with Chamisa. There is basically no one right now who is in touch with Chamisa No one knows what is going to happen next. And these guys are just also as confused as the rest of us. What does that mean? It means there is a big danger of this whole situation persisting, and we just continue without any direction. This is a very, very big possibility, and something that everyone has to be aware of. And let's watch this space. There is no announcement of when the Mpananzi group is going to meet. Mpananzi has written to Parliament to appoint himself as the interim leader. And so at the moment, officially, the CCC in Parliament is represented by Promise Mpananzi. He is the president right now, as we speak, of the CCC at Parliament. He can give instructions there according to the letter that is written to Parliament. So basically, he is the new Chabang as we speak. Promise is the new Chabang. He is now able to communicate on behalf of the CCC. Remember, there was an interdict that stopped Chabang from giving instructions to Parliament, to Senate, and to councils. So as we speak right now, the person that is in charge of the CCC is Promise Mpananzi. He is their president, officially, according to all the government structures. So we'll see how that goes, and I hope that that clarifies the whole situation about who is who in the zoo. Before my power goes off, I want to take you to SADC. SADC had a meeting yesterday on the cholera situation in the region, and that is the SADC executive secretary. I apologize yesterday for calling him the executive chairman. He's the executive secretary of SADC, doing a very, very good job. These guys are meeting to say what do they do about cholera. They also had other meetings here. You see the whole team is out here looking very, very good. SADC is doing a great job. I hope that they come up with a solution for the Zimbabwean issue. Firstly, we need to find out where is Chamisa. There are people that have written to Zimbabwe Human Rights Association, the Zimbabwe Human Rights Commission, and also to the embassies. They have written to say, where is Chamisa? We need assistance to find out, officially to launch an investigation into the disappearance of Nelson Chamisa. Where is he? And as I'm saying to you now, Chamisa is not in touch with any of these guys. So we challenge them to come out if they are in touch with Chamisa and tell us. And if they don't tell us, they must tell us why they're not telling us. Why is it that everyone is quiet when they're not in touch with Chamisa? That is a fact. These guys are just not in touch with him. Now let me wrap up, because I said I've got no power. Mutare Mayor, Mutare MP, Central MP, Brian James, has become the second MP to quit the CCC. So there's only one MP who has quit before, Fadzai Maher. The next MP that has quit is Brian James. He said he cannot do CCC without Chamisa. So he's gone. He's the only one. The rest of the guys are still in the CCC. Then Daniel Molekele has pledged his allegiance to Nelson Chamisa. He says he's going to go with Mpananzi. And this was retweeted by Ostallos, as I said. And then let's see what else is here. The state media has not covered the release of Job Scala. There's absolutely no coverage of Job Scala's release. Job Scala is watching soccer in his home. So currently, as the situation stands, Tendai BT, Job Scala, Weshman Ngube, those are the people to watch. Promise Mpananzi is currently in charge. Officially, he has communicated to Parliament. He has communicated to Parliament, to Senate. So as things stand, your president is Promise Mpananzi on the papers which have been sent to all these bodies. So Mpananzi is the one who is officially in charge, but Timber is the one who has been assigned to find Chamisa and try to negotiate for him to come back to the CCC. So people still want to come. People still want Chamisa to come, but Chamisa himself has actually not been talking to them. So this is where we are. These are the important issues. Chamisa missing, not able to communicate with everybody. And the last picture that Chamisa has taken with Fungsa here, which I've shown you, very, very worrying. Go and have a look at that picture. Blow up this picture, make it a bit bigger, and look into his eyes and get to understand what's happening with Chamisa. Is he safe? Is he in a place where he can talk? Why is he not in touch with his people? And why is he not giving direction? Very, very important questions. That's where we are. I'm going to come back here later in the evening. I'm going to be following this story very, very closely. And we'll talk about what Tendai Biti would have said today. If Tendai Biti fails to give direction, then Mkwananzi is going to take charge of this whole thing. Mkwananzi, you must understand who Mkwananzi is. Mkwananzi is very connected to all the sides. So during the GNU, Mkwananzi worked in the office of Watchman Ngube. That's my understanding. I don't know if that's correct or not, but Mkwananzi worked in the office of Watchman Ngube. So he knows these players, both players, very, very well. And so Mkwananzi is the right person to talk to both sides. If Tendai Biti fails to rise up and take this power, the opposition in Zimbabwe is not going to be as powerful as it can be. If Job Sikhala fails to stand up and take this position, then we will have a similar situation. There is need to fill the vacuum. There is a big vacuum. And in the absence of Chamisa, the guys should consider that Chamisa is not willingly leaving the CCC. So they mustn't let that CCC collapse. They must make sure that the CCC continues strong until the situation becomes clear. So it's not a problem to take over the CCC and make sure that it functions and put in place structures and start thinking ahead. That is very, very important. Now let's go to the comments very quickly. Gabakwe, relax, please. I'm not going to relax until I see Chamisa. You just said Chamisa is in charge. How then is been saying something? Let me explain what's happening. There are three groups. The Mkwananzi group, the group in Bulawayo, and then the group that is led by Tendai Biti, Watchman Ngube, and Sengozi Chabangu. That group has not formally communicated to Parliament because they can't. The interdict prevents Chabangu from communicating to Parliament. So you have to understand what's happening here. The only person that can communicate on behalf of the CC is someone like Watchman Ngube, Tendai Biti, or Promise Mkwananzi. That's why you see that Chabangu has not gone to Parliament to say he's now in charge. So the next move that Chabangu has to do is to go to court and reverse the interdict and get all those court cases taken away. But as it stands, Chabangu cannot make any decisions that are binding. So, for example, the money now is going to go to whoever takes charge formally of the CCC. So right now the money is going to go to Promise. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? So let's back up a little bit. Chabangu is interdicted. He can't go to court. He can't go to Parliament. He can't go to Senate. He can't go to councils to say, I'm giving you this instruction. Only people who are not interdicted can do that. Mkwananzi has already done it. He's already gone to Senate, to Parliament, which means he is in charge of the money that is going to come. That 2 million is no longer in the hands of Tendai Biti right now. These guys had a bit of a delay, except if they wrote another letter, which I don't know about, to Parliament. So the only letter that exists right now is the one that has been written by Promise Mkwananzi. So the channel of communication right now is with Promise Mkwananzi. Promise Mkwananzi is in charge officially, and that is how it is. Mkoma MS, that is the reality. There are three groups. Three groups are there. And then Dr. Fedias Mteneri is going to be here tonight or tomorrow. Dr. Fedias Mteneri was missing. If I tell you what happened to Dr. Fedias Mteneri, Munochema, you don't know what people have to go through in support of your party, and how vicious the life is. Let's look at, are you also looking from inside other ladies' face? Okay, so let's go back to what Mkoma is saying here about the faces. Right, she is saying, am I looking at Fungisai's face? There is Fungisai's face. There is Fungisai's face. Right? That is a photoshopped picture up front. That is a side picture. The only person who's standing in this picture looking at us is Chamisa. And I think if you know Chamisa well, you'll be concerned about that, those eyes. I am concerned about the eyes. This is Chamisa, right? Look at this right now. I'm concerned, Mkoma. That is all I'm saying. But I'm not even concerned about that right now. I've already concluded that Chamisa is not in control of his Twitter. I've said that, and you know very well that no one is in touch with Chamisa. Of all these groups, the three groups, Ostallos here is tweeting, but nothing to do with Chamisa. He is basically not associating him with anyone for fear of being on the wrong side. So he's basically went away. Chibaya, you haven't seen Chibaya. Mahere, you haven't seen Mahere. No one is in touch with Chamisa of all these groups. So let's consider Chamisa missing right now, and Mkwanan's in charge formally because he's written to Parliament, and Sengezo is not able to take control of the funds from Parliament. So if the situation persists, everything is going to go to Promise Mkwananzi. That is where everything stands at the moment. I don't know if there is something that's not clear there about what the current situation is. But we want to wait and see Tendai Biti's next move, Washman Ngube's next move, because the end result that we need here is a proper structure, a party that is strong, that can challenge ZANU-PF and go into elections. So the drama is also continuing on various fronts. People are strategizing and other people are counter-strategizing. That is where things are standing. And then Mkoma Edwin says he wants the 2 million himself. He's got a little project that he wants to use it for. Mkoma Edwin, I'm going to ask Sungai without Sungai. I'll ask Sungai to arrest you. That's crazy, right? Okay, I think we're done here. Let's recap so that we don't go away without understanding. Nelson Chamisa has been missing out of action since the 25th. The last picture that we've seen of Chamisa that I've showed you here is the picture of Hong Sai looking very, very unwell to me. That is the picture that I've shown you. That was on the 20th. On the 21st, Chamisa tweeted on cholera. Then it disappeared. On the 25th, there was a resignation. And then there was another tweet yesterday which looks uncharacteristically different from how Chamisa tweets. No one is in touch with Chamisa. Chamisa has not given any direction on what to do, and no one knows what is going on. There is a big, big danger that this situation is going to persist, and we'll end up with a situation where we don't know what to do, no one knows what to do, and people in the CCC have to take charge. However, currently, officially, Promise Mkwananzi is the president of the CCC and is in charge of the funds from Parliament. He can now request the funds from Parliament because he is the channel of communication. And there is a resolution. They've sent those resolutions to Parliament. So Parliament works through the official channel. Chabang is interdicted from talking to Parliament. So either they're going to hold the funds or they're going to release the funds to Promise Mkwananzi until Tendai Biti, Washman Ngube, and Job Sikhala make a move. This is where the situation currently stands. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. And I'll be back in the evening, as I said, to give you an update on this developing story. Very, very important. What is happening in the CCC. And everyone is concerned about the well-being of Nelson Chamisa. The Zimbabwe Human Rights Commission has received a letter. I'll probably share that letter with you. Some of the embassies have received the letter to say what is happening to Chamisa. Please help us to investigate this situation. I am concerned. I want to know if Chamisa is well. And we honestly can't be here every day saying this, and anyone who knows just keeps quiet. So let's see what is happening, and let's see if there is going to be even more pressure to find Nelson Chamisa. I want to see how serious CCC people are. If their president is taken and is locked up in a dungeon, and they lock the door, and they feed him through a little hole at the bottom, what are the CCC guys going to do? Are they going to make demands, anamkwanans, to say where is Chamisa, or they're just going to stand on the stage and watch things developing? Let's see what is going on, and let's have a proper statement on what's happening with Chamisa. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching, and a good day to you all.